This is New Warriors Zero. This was a free giveaway inclusion with Wizard Magazine. It is only 9 pages long. It sets up a New Warrior series for people who are reading Wizards. But I didn't think any of them checked out the series because it was cancelled after only 9 issues. Same number of story pages in this. I think this second volume of New Warriors is underrated. It has its faults, but I see a lot of people write it off and lump it in with the crap where they are reality TV stars, or the recent series which was never ever released, with characters called Snowflake and Safe Space. What we have here is, I think, a pretty handy sequence with Rage giving a speech at a school about the New Warriors. Rage is a kid who, after a Tinder date with some radioactive waste, got super strength, and he looks like a fully grown adult. It is Biffy Baston-esque. Kid with super strength, looks like a grown-up. Rage is also, you may not have noticed it because you don't see skin colour, you instead see people like I do, but Rage is black. He also dresses stupid, which is okay, because he is meant to be a kid. Rage joins the Avengers after calling them racist for not having any black members. Again, it is okay, because he is meant to be a kid. But Rage is a character that many people say ruined the Avengers. Lots and lots of people consider Rage their breaking point for the Avengers. The day the Avengers inducted Rage is the day that they stopped caring about the Avengers. I actually like Rage, and I have a lot of frustration with that run, because I think the team and Rage, they have a lot more potential than realised. When that run was over, unsurprisingly, any new writer on Avengers wanted rid of Rage. So Fabio Nicieza did a fill-in arc where he handed Rage off to the New Warriors. Rage became the first new member, really, to join that team. The character definitely works better among kids his own age, and he isn't dragging the team down the way he is with the Avengers. But part of me always yearns for what I think that run on Avengers could have been. Anyway, here we have a recap of New Warriors history, with the artist redrawn scenes from New Warriors #1. And this is misleading because then you turn to the next page and all the flashbacks are now low quality scans. I didn't get it. Why wouldn't you get the artist to redraw these bits as well? It looks shit. I mean, look, you can see the barcode that they have blacked out on that cover. And if you look closely at the others, you can see other things that they have blacked out too. And now this is only a 9-page giveaway, but it is also only 9 pages. You couldn't get the artist to draw an entire page and half of a page out of the 9 pages. Is it any wonder the artist only lasts 2.5 issues? Speedy Balls is at school, another school entirely to the one that Rage was given a speech at. Speedy Balls wants to reform the New Warriors, and his first thought is that he will recruit Rage. Now here's the fucking weird thing. Based on this preview so far, you would definitely think that Rage was going to be in the new series. He's not. He doesn't appear in it. Seagirl over here fighting Okra. I have waited a long time to debut the name Okra. I knew someone who thought the word was okra. And then there is Black Star. And Black Star has a real black cloud hanging over his head for this series. His characterization and overall direction is being controlled by Brie Larson's granddad in a concurrent solo series which lasts even less issues than this New Warriors one. It is one of the worst series I have ever read, and that is saying something. His relationship with Seagirl is trashed because Brie Larson's granddad read 2 issues of Bronze Age Black Star, and so he has Black Star revert to being a high schooler with a corny, dated setup and supporting cast, and a love interest who hadn't really been seen since the Bronze Age. Another character on the team is Torpedo. She was after Rage. She was the next one to join the New Warriors. She is a perfectly valid character. I've got no beef with her. Then we have our 2 new members for this team. I didn't want to get into it, and I specifically avoided an opportunity to talk about it when I said how Rage isn't in it. But here is 2 of the Bs for you. Kurt Busey and Tom Beavort, they had pinched both Firestart and Major Victory to be on Avengers. And my theory is Tom Beavort stopped them from using Rage in this series purely because Rage was a character that he felt should be Avengers property, even though there was 0 plans or interest in using them. Fuck, I really could get into some seriously seething hatred for how Kurt Busey and Tom Beavort and even Brie Larson's granddad effectively crippled this series from ever being a success. If you have a New Warriors book, it should stand out. You don't need Firestar in it. You don't need Major Victory in it. But when you have 2 fucking New Warriors characters starring in Avengers, when you have Black Star in his own terrible series, why would anyone read New Warriors? They set this series up for failure when you have Feast and Vultures strip mining the core of the New Warriors and other books providing stories with New Warriors characters. This is a good series. This is better than Kurt Busey's Avengers. It's better than Brie Larson's Grandad's Black Star, and it never had a chance. Our new characters, or our new members, are decent though. We have Agnes, he is a new character, and we are basically seeing his origin here. He finds a magic golden chest plate that gives him the powers of an Olympic god. I don't need to tell you this because you already will have guessed, but he didn't do anything after this series was ended. And when he finally showed up 8 years after this, he was killed off. Then we have Drive Shaft. Drive Shaft isn't a new character. You might actually recognise him from a brief role in that terrible Wolfman Origins movie where he was played by Charlie the Hobbit from Lost. This is a character that I own every appearance of. This is a character I really like and rarely go a month without thinking about how I wish he had become a more prominent character. If I did a list of my top 50 characters or whatever, Drive Shaft could probably be on it. This is a character I almost irrationally like, and I cannot work out why, besides the fact I enjoy nearly all the comics he is in. He debuted in Excellent Men Limitless 8. He was a young mutie with electric powers. Very stock stuff. After learning of his powers, he went to the Excellent Men School and trained with the Excellent Men. Wallace Gromit art here too. Unsurprising that he co-created another character that I rate. Eventually, they found out that he had mutie AIDS. This meant that he had to leave the school and the Excellent Men behind because, to be flippant, they didn't want to catch it from him. There was a nice friendship with Snowman developed, which we never see again, and add on. I have reviewed this. I have definitely reviewed this because I remember complaining about those idiots who insist it is more proof that Snowman was always gay. It's not. Those people are repulsive. In the discussion about Snowman's sexuality, they are the actual homophobes. They are so desperate for proof to confirm and validate the bullshit revelation that Snowman always was gay that they want Snowman to prey on young children because they think that is what all gay people do. I'm sure I said all of this in that video. Drive Shaft wound up a supporting character in the excellent Top Gun ongoing that lasted a year. A really highly recommended series from me. Top Gun became Drive Shaft's legal guardian, if I recall. After his family, they were chased away by anti-mutie bigots. And Top Gun was also suffering from mutie AIDS. And him and Drive Shaft, they had a nice dynamic where they were each other's support network. Which brings us to New Warriors. And now Drive Shaft He wants to make the most of his powers while he is still alive. He moves to New York land to become an actual superhero. Don't worry, his affliction has not been forgotten. His mutates will become a plot point. Ironically, he dies 4 years after this, and it is not from mutates. At the back, we have a sketchbook, and all this really did was help cement my feelings on the artist. His art is fine, but with his notes here and his redesigns, it becomes painfully obvious that he doesn't want to draw complicated things. And I am using the word complicated as loosely as possible. For example, Black Star. Iconic costume, right? Simple even. But there are some details, like the Star of Candor on his helmet, or the Black Star core rank on his chest. Those are very, very close to being things an artist might have to learn to draw in a variety of different shapes and sizes. So just redesign Black Star to remove anything that makes him a unique character model. Especially stupid considering Black Star also has a series at the same time where Brie Larson's granddad is just going to keep drawing him how he looked in the Bronze Age. Then there is Speedy Balls. Speedy Balls has those parts of his costume, the orange parts, that are densely crowded with circles or bubbles or whatever they're meant to be. Redesign him so that most of those parts are replaced with flat black bits. It's also terrible when you take into account that the artist isn't going to last on the series. If you cannot hack it, different redesign characters. Other artists get lumbered with your redesigns. This series responds to that correctly by just ditching the new designs for the classics. Redesigning characters should be a privilege that dependable artists are given. Not some guy who cannot even do a full 9-page story without low-res scans. Drive shaft here. The thing with the notes is, well, he often provides multiple designs for a character, and his notes always say the least detailed one is his favourite, and that is the one they're gone with. And then, finally, Agnes here. I am surprised he gave him dreadlocks. They require some actual effort to draw. Anyway, yeah, despite some rants and ravens, I recommend the second New Warrior series, as short as it was. The Black Star redesign is the worst thing about it. This isn't really a comic, so I'm not sure if it really should get it. But here is a 7 thumbs up for it.